everybody, Ammo here. Today we're continuing looking at Walmart Reissue Headmasters. And today we have Hardhead. So as always, here's the box in its G1 style with the Titans Return product shots on the side and the top, and the original Headmasters artwork on the back. And I haven't really been showing this off too much, but they do have their character cards with their printout of their stats and all that. Strangely, these didn't come with a decoder, the little red plastic, but I mean, if you've been collecting Earthrise, you have plenty of them. So I think that might have been the idea. You probably have a ton, so you're able to take a look at it. So Hardhead's Titan Master today is Duros, and like always I might end up forgetting that by the end of the episode, but here he is. Here is Hardhead. Kids played with him just a little bit and switched some of the weapons around. I think he looked pretty good that way, but the official way is to have this slid out. That gun there beside his head, this little gun in his hand, just like this. So as always, let's take a quick look. First is Titan Master Duros. So there is the head sculpt we have for Hardhead. He does have a nose and a mouth with a yellow faceplate, blue visor, and a dark gray helmet. And we fold Duros out. He has a dark gray. I can't really tell if that's a dark gray or a tan. It's kind of similar, but we're going to continue with gray body, green arms and legs, and just like with this sculpt, he actually has green on the side of his head, gray forehead, yellow face, and blue visor. So, as we've pointed out a few times before, the Titan Masters for these reissues have a little bit more paint app than the original Titans Return figures actually did. So, here, as we've shown before, is Hardhead. He does have an articulating weapon rack, and as I just showed before as well, you can switch. They're both 5mm ports, so you can switch them around. Have this one on his shoulder and this one in his hand. So it's very versatile. But taking a look at his weapons, we will begin with his little auto rifle, which is just another generic little weapon with a lot of hollow where the actual inner workings of the rifle would be. So it kind of says that it's non-functioning. But here is his big gun. A nice big massive cannon. And it does open up there so that you can fit Duros or any other Titan Master inside. And you can sweep the back like that so that they can actually sit there. Okay, so as far as articulation, his shoulders are on a hinge as well as a ball joint, so he has wonderful articulation in his shoulder. He has a double elbow, which folds. I mean, it's for the transformation, but he does have a double elbow, which really doesn't do much for his actual articulation. It doesn't really go much past 90 degrees. He also has wrist swivel, and he does have a hinge on his wrist from transformation. Does not have waist swivel though. It's very static. Hips are on a ball joint, He has thigh rotation. He has a very deep knee bend, and his toes flip in and out. No ankle tilt, although he does have this one joint from transformation that will give him kind of a cheated ankle tilt. It's not really needed though, because they did mold in. Let me show you from the back, it's easier to see. They did mold in an angle on his ankles, on the bottom of his feet, so he can stand in a little bit of an A pose and be flat-footed. So let's go ahead and start getting him into robot mode. So of course, remove the head. We're going to flip up the entire body and pull this shoulder mount back. We're going to undo his waist and fold it back. Now he has this little, it's kind of hard to get when you've clipped your fingernails, but he does have this little cod piece that folds down. We're going to fold his toes in and bend his legs back and around. They tab in. There's a tab here and a slot here. And you're just going to merge them together, just like that. Same on the other side, like that. Get his legs all nice and in the spot where they're supposed to be. This does kind of hold it in place just a little bit, not very well, but it does. So I'm going to fold his wrists in. And we're going to bend those joints to where these treads come together. There's this little hexagon there, and this pin from his wrist, and it does kind of plug in. It's not a secure connection, but it does kind of plug in there. And then we take his cannon, put it on a shoulder mount, and like I said before, you can open the cannon and take Duros here, and he can go in seated like this. You will bend this piece back so that a Titan Master can sit there, or you can open up this cockpit and then just smush them in there and close it up. Now, this kind of leaves you with an extra accessory, but there is a port here on the cannon that you can plug it into there. It makes it look very strange, but it is a on the bot storage. It looks a lot better without it. A whole lot better without it. There is articulation with this cannon. Not really much more for articulation anywhere else. You do have these two wheels here on the back and this bar of wheels here on the front so that it does roll. That's really it for vehicle mode. But even though it's an H tank, because you know there's these holes here, they really have overdone the H tank design lately. So I've kind of been burnt out on it, but although it is an H tank, this is a really good mold, really good design. I do enjoy it. You can kind of put his little gun in the headmaster port, and it drops profile down a little bit more, makes it look a little bit better, not the best. So all in all, robot mode, alt mode, I enjoy both of them, and he's really grown on me. I do like him as a figure. and that's why he's one of the last ones that I'm reviewing, because he is one of my favorites. He, out of the 4 Autobots, he is my favorite out of the 4 of them. Um, I do kind of also like Blur. I don't, not Blur, Brainstorm. Same mold, same thing in my head. I do like Brainstorm. I like him a lot better than Blur. Uh, I think they're kind of tied, but just due to the canon and just the versatility in robot mode of the weapon storage and weapon usage, I think he slightly ekes out past Brainstorm. So there he is. That's it for Hardhead. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram. My handles are at the very end of the video in the outro. My links are in the description of this video. You can like, share, and subscribe, and continue to get notifications for any and all videos, whichever how you want to do it. So, as always, thanks for watching, and see you next time.